No. Hi, this is David.
This is Sylvain from Soilwork.
And you're geeking out to Gear Gods.
Yeah.
What's up, Gear Mortals? Trey, Xavier here. We're here with David and Sylvain of Soilwork. So you guys just had a brand new album come out, the Ride Majestic. It's totally awesome. Tell the folks at home about how you recorded it, what kind of gear you used, you know, guitars and amps and all of that. A little bit about the production.
Okay, I'm gonna talk about the amps. It was diesel VH4. Is that diesel VH4? Remember?
I don't remember the...
No, it was a diesel amp and mixed with a Fender VH. And like another drive, like Maxon.
Yeah, like
the green Tube Screamer. And that was pretty it for the amplification. And about guitars, we used
for the clean, for the some of the clean and crunch stuff. We used a real nice Mesa rectifier modified by Voodoo, and a Voodoo amp as well. So that's about it. Yeah.
And guitars, we used we both had some old guitars like PVs, Wolfgang, and we used those guitars to record the album, pretty much, and because they're good.
Yeah.
Every time they're good. In studio, they are perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, they always sound good, always stay in tune, and great to play. So, voila.
Perfect.
Disappointing. I used to have an endorsement with PV like back in 06, 07 when they still did the PV. It's not Wolfgang but PV HP CT special something. Really good guitars, and I still have that. My first guitar that I got from them, I still have it and use it a lot like in the studio. But it's a shame they discontinued those series because they were really good.
Yeah, they're kind of doing some weird business stuff right now.
Yeah, nowadays it's a bit different.
Cool. All right. So where did you record the album, and who did the production and mix and master and all that?
We recorded in a studio in Stockholm, Ghost Ward Studios, and the guy who recorded us and did the hands-on production, his name is David Castillo. He's been doing a lot of work with like Catatonia and Bloodbath and other mostly Swedish metal stuff, and then Jens Bogren mixed the album. He did the last Soilwork album as well, and he's done lots of Opeth and other stuff. So he's one of the big guys in Sweden when it comes to mixing metal.
Yeah, you could say that again.
Yeah.
Great. I wanted to know. It seemed like from stuff that I read that you guys did this one a little bit differently in terms of you were kind of going for a more raw sound, whereas your last one was like really polished. I don't know. First of all, is that true? Would you say that's true?
I mean, I mean, this is my second album with the band, and I can say that we've ever gone for a polished sound. It's more that this might sound a bit
Dark.
No, it might sound a bit strange, but I think we actually play quite good. So it turns. I mean, we get that in reviews and stuff that the songs are good, but it's still too polished. And I mean, none of us are very polished as musicians. It's not that we strive to make it sound polished. It's more like if you're in a modern studio with good gear and know how to play, and
just try to play the best you can play.
It's hard to screw up.
Yeah, So the important thing for us was we try to make this album as natural as possible, like the drum sounds and the guitar sounds.
That's more what I was thinking of.
There's not much like, it's not like we have done tons of reamping and editing and trying to make it sound perfect. But at the same time, I mean, we're 40 years old and we've played for 30. So I mean, we know how to play, and if you play metal, it's kind of, unless you get real drunk and screw up on purpose, it's kind of, I mean, I love like my favorite guitarist ever is Tommy Bolin, and I love Rich Blackmore and Steve Hackett, and those guys aren't really polished, but at the same time it's kind of hard to make Soilwork music and get it to sound real dirty, then you have to do that on purpose, and that sounds
maybe to have it sounds like this way. I mean, this kind of way we should record the old way, you know, with tape, stuff like that. But now it's everything on computer, so you can see what you're recording. So you know, so the engineer is like, he's kind of editing while you're recording, you know. But I mean, we both really don't like this kind of stuff, but other than that, I mean, we didn't play differently than before or whatever. It's the same,
Yeah, I think that's pretty much what I was thinking of. Especially, you know, Dirk was telling me that he did most of his takes on the album like a complete take of the whole song. So that's pretty adventurous. Like, so that seems like kind of the mindset you were going in. So I guess so. Then my follow-up question is, when you're listening to other modern bands, what do you think of the state of production, of music production in general today?
Oh, I would say a lot of albums now, they sound pretty much the same, because a lot of bands now, they're just using drum machine, you know, programming stuff, and they're all using the same software. So most of the time they sound pretty much like, all the bands sounds like the same, you know. Even it's the same for the guitar recordings they use, is like XFX or whatever. So they all sound the same. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I used to be those kind of guy like a long time ago, but not anymore. So I don't know. It's a hard question. There's so many bands. So
I think there are some bands who, as long as they try to do something different and add some kind of different flavor to it, then it's much more interesting to listen to. Like the last Behemoth album, The Satanist. That's a real good album. I mean, even if they're basically just playing death metal, but it's still, they try to add atmospherics, and they have a sort of different approach to. It's sort of like you can sort of hear from the album that the focus is not on just getting the guitars to be powerful and the drums to sound big. It's more of they try to create some sort of atmosphere with the album. That's sort of like what we try to do as well, because I don't know if we succeeded, but Behemoth is a good example of modern metal bands who do something more than just play metal. Like, let's play some riffs, dude. So I guess that's we tried with this new album too, to add some sort of like atmosphere and I mean, even if it's still just basic Swedish metal, we try to add some different flavors and to make it a bit more interesting than.
I would not say that it's just basic by any stretch.
No, but I mean, it's always hard when you sit in the studio and do stuff. It might feel like you're doing something extremely risky and extremely interesting and revolutionizing, but it's, and then you hear it back and it's just like, but that's what we strive for, to make a natural sounding album with some atmosphere and a sort of general theme. Also sound-wise to like keep like a red thread through the whole thing with the lyrics and the production and the artwork and whatever.
Great. All right. Cool. Well, be sure to check out Soilwork's new album, The Ride Majestic. It's out now. Thanks so much to David and Sylvain. I did that backwards. But thanks, guys. Tell us a little bit about how you came to join the band.
Yeah, well, since I'm an old friend of the band and I know all of them, so I've been working with the band before as a guitar tech and a light designer. So I was just home one evening and Bjorn just called me and he said,